All right, guys, what's going on? We are back with another Dokkan Battle video, and today we're going to do some speculation. So this is my favorite part of any of these kind of videos, making these videos of the celebrations, right, is to speculate what could we see next. Now, we got Super Baby 1 as the Part 1 Dokkan Fest for this celebration, right? Now, as with every celebration, everybody starts to think, okay, what could we see next? What could this celebration be based around? What could we see as the Part 2 LR that would go along with Baby? So that's what we're going to do in the video today, and stick with me during this because we're going to get a little wild. We're going to look at a couple different options here, and some of them are pretty off the wall, but some of them are pretty. If you kind of are picking up what I'm putting down, you'll understand where I'm going with this stuff. So buckle in, let's do this. And I definitely, of course, at the end of this, want your guys' feedback. What do you think of some of these options that I throw out there? Do you think a lot of the stuff that I'm saying makes sense? And who do you think is going to end up coming for the Part 2 LR based off of everything I've said, based on everything we've gotten for the celebration, based off Baby himself? All right, so make sure, like, subscribe, do the thing. We're jumping in. Let's do this. This is my favorite part, dog. So, as I said, we finally got Dokkan Fest Baby as the Part 1 unit. Now, we've been waiting for a Dokkan Fest for this guy for a long time. We finally got him in the form of Super Baby 1, who, transforms to Super Baby 2, has the Great Ape transformation, has an active skill as a Great Ape. Absolutely phenomenal character. I love this guy so much, and I love what he's doing. Now, if we look at his categories, this is kind of what I'm basing a lot of my thought process on. One, the character, right? So a lot of times we look at characters, we think of who is their counterpart, and that could be the Part 2. And other times it kind of goes based off of what their categories look like. So stick with me here. Let's jump in. First off, when can we see Part 2? Now, if you look at the Elder Kai banners here, right, this goes away on the 16th, starting at 1 a.m. Basically, this banner will refresh. It's usually a pretty good idea of like when we're gonna start seeing stuff based off of this. So we are gonna get the the reversible hourglass shit's going away, right? The reverse mechanic is going away on the 15th, right? It's already been confirmed, so we're likely to get a data download on that day that's gonna have everything in there for Part 2. And I would imagine the next day we just kind of roll into this. Now, we could see everything start to get announced, start to get teased as early as, like the 12th, 13th, 14th-ish, I would say, is when we're going to start seeing some stuff. So be on the lookout for then to see if any of the stuff we talked about was right. And without further ado, let's just get started. Let's do it. So first off is the obvious choice, Majub, right? If you think about Baby, his fight was against Goku. He fights a Super Saiyan 4. Super Saiyan 4 needs to charge up to a super full power Super Saiyan 4. And who's there to kind of hold Baby off? Majub. Now, does he really do much? Not really. But he is there, and he is a big part of this battle, right? To hold him off until he can transform. Now, we did get this guy here, right? Who has the the standby into Majub to kind of hold him off while he turns into super full power. Now, I'm not saying that this guy couldn't be an option. He very well could be. We got the Super Saiyan 3 that turns into the Golden Ape that goes into Super Saiyan 4 for Anniversary. So the thoughts of there being another Super Saiyan 4 Goku within the same year makes me think no. But there was 2023 that we literally got 3 base Gokus in the same year. So no one's saying we can't. And he has a different name. He is super full power. So he came out 2 years ago. We could definitely see this guy. I could definitely see us getting a Majub. And these are kind of my picks as Baby's counterpart, right? This or, we could get an LR Pan. I've been saying that too. I think we could see an LR Pan, and I think that would be absolutely crazy if we got LR Pan before some of this other stuff in the game. Now, if we think back to Baby again, as we're kind of moving through this here, let's look at his categories, right? So his main categories he leads is Corroded Body and Mind and Battle of Fate. So we're going to look at those categories first here. So first we got the Corroded Body and Mind. Now, I kind of took some time and looked through the characters we have here, and I pulled out a few that I think are possibilities. Now, some kind of go along with GT, some do not. Now, nothing in here absolutely says that this has to be GT focused. More than likely it will be, right? But it doesn't have to be. So if we think category-wise, we could see something like a Majin Vegeta, right? He is a corroded body and mind character. Majin Vegeta would be somebody really awesome to get as another LR. I mean, we already have a gold coin LR Majin Vegeta, but he's very, very old. So to get another one would be very cool. I mean, dude, we got the Easy A for the Super 17. Why not get an LR like Android 17, right? Or Hellfighter 17, or somebody along that line, right? To help out Baby, to help out Super 17 even more. We could definitely see this as an option here. And then another one is just, I'm going to throw Cooler in there. Now, do I think we're going to see Cooler? Probably not, because it's just, I think they're going to save another Cooler for when they decide to actually Easy A, like the Metal Cooler, the, Transform Cooler and all that stuff from the old, like, worldwide characters. I think that's when we'll kind of see those guys show up, and like a new Cooler or anything like that. So I'm just throwing Cooler out there. I don't really think so. I think if anybody from this list, maybe more than 17, because he does still fall in line with GT. Now, his second category that he leads is Battle of Fate. So looking through Battle of Fate, this one jumped out to me pretty quickly. So just a base Goku from the fight with Super 17. Again, this goes along with us getting Super 17 Easy A. You could get a base Goku that does the Dragon Fist. I think that would be a very cool option. And then, of course, I mean, it's not really Baby related, but Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, I think, could be a very viable option as a Part 2 LR. And I've got another idea for this that we'll get to later. So stick with me on the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and I promise you, I'll get you thinking. I'll get you thinking, because it got me thinking. If you ain't thinking, then I might just be stupid, and who knows? We're just gonna keep going with it. All right, so some of the categories that he leads as well, like his additional categories, we've got Terrifying Conquerors in here. Now for Terrifying Conquerors, sticking with GT, we've got Rildo, right? Rildo could definitely be someone that we see as a Part 2 LR. Just a normal yellow coin LR, I think would fit Rildo pretty well. And I think that eventually we're going to see this guy. I mean, he's going to get a Dokkan Fest. He's going to, actually get an LR in here. He's going to be some, I don't want to say throwaway character, but one of those like non-hype kind of characters that get their light. Him, you could have the Hyper Meta Rildo here as well. Either one kind of interchangeable, or you could have, one that transforms into the other. You're going to go that route. Now, again, these last two I pulled up here, Metal Cooler and Final Form Cooler. Do I think these are possible? I mean, anything's possible, but do I think these are likely? No, not really. These are just ones that I think would be really cool to see. Again, I think they're waiting for like this guy's Easy A for, a bigger celebration, probably like anniversary, they'll do that. But until then, a guy can dream. Dude, Cooler's cool, man. What can I say? Final Trump Card is another one of Baby's categories. So again, Majin Vegeta, dude. I mean, we have an old yellow coin LR in Majin Vegeta. Now, eventually this dude will get a Super Easy A, and that would be hopefully very, very good. And maybe that will take the place of another LR Majin Vegeta. But a guy can dream. A Vegeta fanboy can dream, right? I love Majin Vegeta. He's like my favorite iteration. And I just can't help it, dog. Like I every time I go to it, it's like, please be Vegeta, please be Vegeta. And then I just want another Majin Vegeta, dude. I can't help it. All right, so, and I promise this last time I'm say Cooler. I'm throwing Cooler out there again, dude. Just bear with me. He's there. He just fits the categories, and that's kind of why I keep rolling him up. But I promise, I do not think it's gonna be Cooler. And then again, another one that fits in here for the Final Trump Card category would be that Goku again, like some sort of GT Goku, maybe just the base GT Goku. I think the only base GT Goku like big unit we have is in the form of the dual LR with the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, who is actually slated to get an Easy A this year, right? Or, you know, the 11th year anniversary. He's going to get his Easy A along with the Spirit Bomb Goku and Vegeta. So a new Goku from GT that's not a Super Saiyan 4, I think could be on the table here. All right, GT bosses, big boss category. Now, again, I think the ones that stick out to me here are Hyper Meta Rildo, and we just got Omega. Like, Sin just got his Easy A. We got the free-to-play Nova Shenron. Like, GT bosses have been getting built up a lot, and I'm trying to think about what other characters there could be. So, you think we got Baby, we've got an Omega Shenron, we got the Easy A for LR Super 17. I mean, dude, Rildo. It's Rildo or 17 or something, or even like these guys. So this is a free-to-play LR that we do have. Maybe like a yellow coin LR of just Frieza or Cell. You know, they are from GT. You know, it's a very, very quick kind of thing that they do here, but I think this could be something they could revisit as a summonable LR. And, you know, whether it's one, whether it's both, I think would be a very cool pick and just another addition to the GT Bosses team that I think could do very, very well. Okay, some off-brand categories here that I'm thinking of. So Target Goku has kind of been the focus of some of the content lately. There was that mission. I don't remember the actual stage now. I wish I'd looked it up for this, but there was a Target Goku actual mission in there. So a Target Goku could definitely be part of what we're looking at. Baby is Target Goku. So Target Goku, again, 17, dog. Like, another 17 or a Hellfighter 17. I know that we got the, you know, the double 17s that transform into Super 17 not too long ago, but I think getting just a straight up LR like 17 or Hellfighter 17 would be very cool. I think that would help Baby out. I think that would help Super 17 out. That whole just GT bosses category, which just looks so much better. I don't really, he's probably not really GT boss now, but he would help Super 17 out, right? With the Android, you know, he needs Android, Target Goku, GT bosses. So this would help with the Androids part of that as well. But yeah, just throwing him out there again, I think he's a very good pick. Now, another one I thought of, not GT related, is Android 13. So a lot of the times if you look at Dokkan and Legends, they kind of feed off of each other. And a lot of people started thinking that maybe the Dokkan Fest we were getting for October was going to be Android 13 because Legends just got a new Android 13. We ended up getting Baby. So who's to say the Part 2 LR couldn't be Android 13, right? He is Target Goku. He is an Android. He would definitely help out Super 17 a lot. I think he would still do really well with Baby. I mean, he's not, I guess he's not really on any of Baby's like lead teams per se, but I think he'd be a good choice. I think he'd be cool. Although I think they're probably saving this guy for either another Dokkan Fest or another, like maybe a Dokkan Fest LR at some point. But I think it'd be cool to kind of get another updated Android 13 in the game, even if it's in the form of a summonable LR. Okay, so stick with me here. This is where a lot of like my it's off the rails thoughts kind of go, and my copium kind of comes in. Giant form. Now, I know Baby doesn't lead giant form. He doesn't lead giant form in any way or any capacity, but he does have a giant form. And what did we just get in Dokkan? A very challenging giant form event. So, giant forms in GT, right? We've gotten Baby. We got Goku. Vegeta. It's Vegeta who turns into a great ape. I think would be a very cool Part 2 LR. And you could even go as far as, now, this may be like a one or the other style thing here, but you could go as far as Vegeta, Great Ape, Super Saiyan 4. You would make my dreams come true, Dokkan, as a Part 2 LR. If you did, I mean, honestly, it'd probably be better as a Dokkan Fest like anniversary. That'd be like my dream. But to get this in game, maybe the base he goes into the Great Ape, and then he transforms into Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Or hell, even just do a base Vegeta that has an active skill that he goes through the transformation into a Great Ape and then into Super Saiyan 4. But my thought here is, if we are getting, we do have this event, right? That's a giant form clash event. It focuses on a lot of giant form characters. Obviously, I think they're going to push through. Baby's eventually going to be in there as part of it. Right now, we've ended off with like the Team Bardock stuff. So I think it would be cool. I think it'd be awesome to see a giant ape Vegeta from GT that transforms into Super Saiyan 4, right? Because we need a new Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. We do. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta needs some love. And with the anniversary coming up and the LR Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta getting their EZA, this dude could rock as a good partner for them too, like later on. So this is my biggest hope here. Now, I think if anything, it's probably going to be somewhere along the lines of, the counterpart, either these guys or Pan or something like that. But all through here, all through everything we've said, dude, my biggest hope is some sort of Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta in any sort of capacity. Please, 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 please make it happen. Let's just do it. Just say screw it and let's fucking go for it. But yeah, so that's really gonna do it for right now. This was another thing that I had. Kind of the art for the actual campaign is this guy right here. Like it's this. Like make the part 2 this. Why not? Make the art of him transformed into Super Saiyan 4. Dude, I'm hoping for it so hard. Now, okay, that's really it. We're done. I kind of went on my cope train, went on my long thought out processes here of different things that we could definitely see. I know I kind of just threw a lot of things on the dartboard, seeing kind of what sticks, but all in all, I think these are a lot of picks that I could see us getting for the Part 2 LR. Now, if I had to narrow it down to a few, I would definitely say probably a Majub or a Pan or Goku to kind of be that counterpart. Other than that, I would hope for like a 17 or a Rildo or Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. And I think that's what we could see by the end of this. So again, we'll start seeing stuff come out. The Part 2 LR is probably going to drop on the 16th. Most likely we'll start seeing some of the hints and the teasers and maybe some of the Twitter stuff come out. Like probably earliest be the 12th, probably the 13th-ish would be my guess. Around that time is probably when we'll start seeing stuff. Somewhere between the 12th and the 14th. And then we'll get a data download for the 15th with the, reverse mechanic going away. That should have everything in there for at least the first week of Part 2, including the LR, and then we'll kind of know everything from there. So if you guys stuck around to the end of the video and my crazy conspiracy theories here for the Part 2 LR, I appreciate you, and thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know what you guys thought of some of the ideas that I threw out here. Do you think I am way off track with what we could see? Do you think I'm kind of hitting the nail on the head with some of these guys? And did I make you think by some of these choices here that made you go, he may have a point? Or am I just wildly crazy? Let me know. Like, subscribe, do the thing, and I'll see you guys next time. See you!